Round 3 of the Road to Kingdom is now complete, and with that comes yet another elimination. So let's start off with the updated rankings and see the total points of each group that ultimately led to one of them having to be eliminated. In first place overall, we have On and Off. They currently have a crazy 31,890 points in total, and scored first place for Round 3 Part 2 with their performance of It's Raining. In second place overall, we have The Boys. They currently have 30,765 points in total, just behind On and Off, and scored second place for Round 3 Part 2 with their performance of Shangri-La. In third place overall, we have Pentagon. They currently have 26,835 points in total, and scored fifth place for Round 3 Part 2 with their performance of Follow. In fourth place overall, we have Very Very. They currently have 21,529 points in total, and scored third place for Round 3 Part 2 with their performance of Go Go Bebe. In fifth place overall, we have Oneus. They currently have 18,840 points in total, and scored fourth place for Round 3 Part 2 with their performance of Be Mine. Unfortunately, 2 has been eliminated following the end of Round 3, as they had the least amount of total points, sitting in at 17,699, and scored last place for Round 3 Part 2 with their performance of Hard Carry. Just like with the elimination of Golden Child, this is very upsetting. 2 performed very well and showed the world that even rookies of just a few months are filled with so much skill and talent. Hopefully their time on the show has helped them gain more recognition and make a name for themselves. I guess the Oneus elimination rumor wasn't true after all, but I have to be honest, I was sweating like crazy when the results came down to 5th and 6th place, and only 2 and Oneus were remaining. The suspense was killing me, and you could see how stressed and tense the members were, as well as see the relief wash over Oneus when they realized that they had made it to the finale. This hug between Hwanwoong and Kiani was everything. I am so glad that all of their hard work and commitment has paid off. I cannot even express how much they deserved to move on to the final round, and to know that we will get to indeed see them perform yet again on Road to Kingdom, even after Kiani had his doubts, which made me cry by the way, is so emotionally fulfilling and heartwarming. Oneus achieved something truly incredible with their performance of Be Mine, even if it wasn't recognized as much by voters. Every second of the stage had me glued to the screen. I think it should have scored higher, and is definitely top 3 in my opinion, since I have truly grown tired of performances that either rely on sex appeal or heavy action with a lot going on, or that are plotless, with no underlying message or story. Every single one of Oneus' performances either had a message, a history, a story, sometimes all 3, and the amazing dancing and vocals and atmosphere and props were just a cherry on top. Aside from Be Mine, I will admit that the boys' performance of Shangri-La was also incredible and beautiful. I guess I'm just not that big on performances that are more fast-paced. Now, we find ourselves heading into the finale of the show just next week. Wow, time flies. Each of the 5 groups has recently released a brand new song that they will use to perform against each other in the finale, which will be broadcasted live worldwide from Mnet's YouTube channel on June 18th at 6 p.m. KST. Interestingly enough, fans watching this livestream will be able to cast their vote on the song in real time, even international fans. The votes of global fans on the Who's Fan app will account for 30% of the final live broadcast score, and Korean votes by SMS will account for the remaining 70%. This finale alone will encompass 50,000 points to be awarded. The total song sales will account for 15,000 points, and the live broadcast scores are worth 35,000 points. Rounds 1 to 3 were only worth 35,000 points combined, so the importance of this final round is certainly heavy. As well, YouTube and Naver views of all of the previous performances for each group will also account for 15,000 points, accounting for a total of 100,000 points to be distributed throughout the duration of the show. The final winner will be whoever holds the most points in the end. At the moment, On and Off and the boys have a strong lead, but given the fact that this round is worth half of the total points, anything can happen. The new songs that will be performed in the finale go as follows. Oneus will be performing a song titled Come Back Home. Very Very will be performing a song titled Beautiful X. The boys will be performing a song titled Checkmate. Pentagon will be performing a song titled Basquiat. And On and Off will be performing a song titled New World. The amount of these song streams and downloads on Naver, Genie, and Melon will go towards each group's digital score, so make sure to stream and download Oneus's Come Back Home if you can. This is only counted until June 16th at 11:59 p.m. though, with only a few days left. Many countries are not able to access these sites in order to listen to the songs, so don't feel bad if this is the case for you. If you would just like to listen to the song, it is available on YouTube, but just so you know, the views there will not count towards the digital score. But let's talk about the song itself. It sounds unbelievably good, and isn't a style that we've heard from Oneus before. It's very intense, very dramatic, and Soho's quadruple high note is out of this world. To me, it feels like it could even be a title track, and I think that it might even be one of my favorite songs by them so far. Some people have said that it reminds them of Mamamoo, but that certainly isn't a bad thing. They did win Queendom after all. Maybe it's a good luck charm. The lyrics speak of longing, of fear and pain, which is perfectly brought to life in Oneus's concept film of the song. That's right! Not only did our Kings release a brand new song, but they also came out with a concept film alongside it, which no other group did, by the way. It's practically a movie trailer, or like an episode of Game of Thrones, and it's filled with a side of Oneus that we've never seen before. Violence, combat, blood, elements of horror and the supernatural and the undead, and, you guessed it, a story, just like they always find a way to tell. Much of the video is narrated, in which we are told a story of a human world ruled by 6 monarchs. Helios, the god of the sun, was jealous of the love and respect that the monarchs received from the humans. And so he threatened the humans to make the sun disappear forever unless they would sacrifice their monarchs to him. Once the humans did this to appease him, he then exiled the monarchs and turned the world into eternal night. Out of a remaining jealousy, Helios then cursed the world to be bloodthirsty. The monarchs would only feast on the blood of evildoers, though, and protect the humans that they held dear. Servants, on the other hand, hated the humans, and so each night they would mercilessly kill whichever human they could get their hands on. They worshipped the red moon, waiting for a child to be born on the day of an eclipse, so that the child could be used in a ceremony to further the eternal night. The child was born as foreseen, and a war between the monarchs and the servants over the child ensued, lasting 10 years. In the final battle, it seemed as though the monarchs had won, but when they tried to cut the neck of the leader of the servants, he vowed that he would once again come back for the child on the next red moon. And then the sky turned red. That is a very detailed storyline for one song and video, and I am simply blown away by the amount of effort that is put into this. This is very heavy for a Oneus concept, but I'm loving every second of it. The incorporation of the Greek mythology is ingenious, and I love how they blended it with elements of horror and warrior appeal. Can I please be this child? Please? I want to have Oneus warriors as my guardians. The acting was flawless. The production quality was like that of an actual movie. I mean, just look at how realistic and scary this all seems. And everything just seems so real. The scare factor and immersion are genuine. The atmosphere is ominous. The scenes are fierce and gruesome and make you forget that you're watching a K-pop concept film. Also, I didn't think it was possible for anyone to look that attractive covered in blood and wounds. I mean, are you kidding me? How can they still be that handsome in this state? And I didn't know Oneus were trained fighters and warriors on the side. Gosh, such talent. This final scene with a sneak peek of the choreography is also breathtaking. Their outfits are to die for. The dance seems epic, and we finally get to see a side of Oneus so powerful that it will surely kill it in the finale. All in all, they pulled off this concept amazingly well. I'm in love with it, and I cannot wait to see them perform it just next week. I am also secretly hoping that we get a music video version of this in the future. Anyways, I've been rambling a bit too much. In addition to these brand new releases from each group, a main vocalist from each of the 5 groups will be preparing a special vocal stage together. However, this won't be for points, and it isn't meant to be a competition. Instead, it is a present for the fans, so all of the fandoms can be graced with a combination of angelic vocals from each group. This special performance will consist of Hui from Pentagon, Hyunjae from The Boys, Hyojin from On and Off, Soho from Oneus, and Yunho from Very Very. I have to be honest, I don't think I'm mentally prepared to handle the combined vocal prowess of these 5 extremely talented individuals. Especially since we all know that our King Soho is going to ace it. If I'm found dead due to the sheer strength of this song, please play Oneus' cover of Be Mine at my funeral so I can pretend to be Juliet. Anyways, make sure to stream all of Oneus' past performances, purchase their most recent album if you are able, and stay tuned for the live finale of Road to Kingdom on YouTube. Just a reminder, this is taking place on June 18th, next Thursday, at 8 p.m. Korean Standard Time, which means that you need to convert your time zone if you don't live in South Korea. This finale determines it all. 50,000 points are at stake. So all of us 2 Moons need to be there to vote, even if it means waking up at 7 a.m.